My name is Nyambe. I'm Executive Director of the Kavango Zambezi or KAZA Transfrontier Conservation Area Secretariat based in Kasane, Botswana. Kavango Zambezi, or KAZA in short, is an initiative of 5 partner states: Angola, Botswana, Namibia, Zambia and Zimbabwe, in pursuit of their shared aspirations around the management of shared cultural and natural heritage resources in this magnificent landscape between the Okavango and Zambezi river basins. And there are a number of interesting facts about KAZA, which include, for example, the fact that this is home to the largest contiguous elephant population, that is the savanna elephant population. It's also home to other globally significant wildlife resources. But more importantly also, it is home to more than 2.5 million people. So KAZA is really at the heart of shared aspirations towards regional integration by way of promoting objectives around sustainable use of natural resources, promotion of tourism in the landscape, promotion of protected areas management, also addressing issues such as animal health, and also promoting infrastructure. So where we are here on the Zambezi River itself is a very good indication and example of some of the regional collaboration efforts underway. The Kazungula Bridge is something that is going to go a long way in helping promote regional trade. So it's very important also to understand that KAZA is an initiative that is being promoted as a SADC or Southern Africa Development Community initiative. It's an initiative that is a symbolic of regional cooperation, one of the 17 terrestrial transfrontier conservation areas. The other one is a marine one, which is the 18th one. But for the rest of the transfrontier conservation areas, you realize that in KAZA we're talking about opportunities for growth, opportunities for employment, opportunities for secure livelihoods, and thriving of private sector development. So in short, we are talking about a landscape that is connected, a landscape in which we're supposed to pursue shared dreams for these governments and the people that live within the boundaries of KAZA. But of course, KAZA's work has important regional economic contribution benefits, and also within the individual countries, tax contributes to the national fiscus, and overall we're talking about a regional initiative that is anchored on collaboration, coordination and understanding amongst the partner states. With the signing of the treaty in 2011, we've seen significant initiatives being implemented. Some of them include infrastructure development, the upgrading of border posts, support towards protected areas, and various initiatives that are targeted at helping with livelihoods enhancement. There's also a lot happening in the tourism space, and very recently we've been working on the KAZA birding route. There is work that is going on in terms of the destination marketing and branding of the landscape. All these initiatives are aimed at ensuring closer collaboration and coordination amongst the partner states. Between Botswana and Namibia, there is an interesting initiative called the Chobe River Code of Conduct, an initiative that is aimed at ensuring there is coordination between the two countries in the utilization of the Chobe River, and particularly for tourism purposes. This is an initiative which is underway, and consultations have been held and are quite advanced now, and the technical people are looking at how to actually now bring this into motion. KAZA is obviously an initiative that is at a large scale. This landscape is 520,000 square kilometers and bigger than Austria and Germany combined, about the size of France. If we're in the sub-region here, we're talking about KAZA being almost the size of Botswana. So in terms of the areas that you can cover, it's a massive area. Where we are here near the Quadro Point, of course, we are not including the Angolan component, but you realize that the Angolan component is massive. It's about 17% of the total landscape. And this is a lot of work, and we are super excited in terms of what KAZA stands for, what support has been coming from different donors, what the partner states are committing to, and also looking at initiatives that are benefiting the local communities. And the upcoming Tourism Expo, themed Beyond Borders, is explicitly aligned, very clearly aligned with the vision of KAZA of transboundary collaboration. So we're very excited and looking forward to participating in whatever ways we can and also contributing, because that is speaking to the heart and vision of the KAZA initiative. Thank you.
And then we are toasting on to a successful 2024 Tourism Expo. We're toasting on to KAZA, and we're toasting on to Beyond Borders. Cheers.
Cheers.
On to KAZA. Cheers.
I wish I was part of that trip, Maggie. It just looked like so much fun. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning again. My name is Helena Motsing, and I am here to direct the proceedings of today. Let me start off our program by acknowledging our guests, our head guests, as well as everybody in the room. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Minister of Environment and Tourism and Forestry, Honorable Bohamba Shifeta. I would also like to acknowledge Mr. Paul Shituna, who's the current acting CEO of the Namibia Diamond Trading Company, which is also one of the sponsors to this event. I'd like to acknowledge all City of Windhoek councillors that may be here this morning, as well as the Chief Executive Officer who may be here, as well as all City of Windhoek leadership, management and staff that may be here. I would like to acknowledge the Board of Directors of NTB, all board members that are present today, as well as the CEO. I'd like to acknowledge Fanatas Exco, the NMH Exco, all captains of industry that are here this morning, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, and as well our audience that are tuning in virtually from wherever you are. Good morning. I hope you're having a good morning. I know I am. Looking at what NMH is trying to do, I can tell you that it is worth having a good morning. And when we heard what NMH was trying to do, so just to give you the back end of it, I work for NDTC in my day job, and I was just kindly asked to facilitate the program for this morning. So when we heard what NMH is trying to do through this KAZA project, it was a natural project that drew us to what they were doing, because as a brand, we're really an entity that wants to ensure that Namibia is always presented at its best. And every opportunity that's there where Namibia can move forward, we're happy to align with. But I'm sure some of us are sitting here in this audience today and you're wondering, but what is this story really about? I know you've seen the video and you've kind of have some idea of what it is that we are talking about. But to get us all on the same page this morning and to just give us the back end of it and a bit of context into why we're here and why is this project important, I want to call on the Managing Director of NMH, Mr. Frank Stephan, to just come and give us context and give us understanding into what is this about and how does this benefit us. Can we please put our hands together for him?
Well, I would be wrong if I didn't thank you for the promotion. I'm actually the managing editor. I wouldn't mind the salary, though. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Elena. Welcome here this morning. A good morning to you all. It is my absolute honor and privilege to welcome here today the Namibian Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, Honorable Minister Bohamba Shifeta. Honorable Minister, you're part of this team. You belong here. So we're glad to have you and welcome once again. Now, I could obviously repeat what Helena just said, tell you all about the honourable councillors and parlours, obviously welcome, and all of you. But I'd like to rather revert back to the Namibian tradition of saying all protocol observed. It cuts about half my speech. You're obviously all welcome. And so captains of the industry, or this industry, I must say, members of the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, I truly have to tell you, when we were up in KAZA, we were spoiled. We were absolutely spoiled. And I think it's absolutely a worthy cause that we're pursuing here today. So some of you might know by now, obviously, that we of NMH have teamed up with what I suppose could be called the new kid on the block, NDTC, which aids us not only in promoting the KAZA-Park, but in fact allows us to find out the winner of a diamond to the value of 100,000 Namibia dollar today. But more about that one later. Dear guests and colleagues, today is obviously the 27th of September, and it is the World Tourism Day, which is held worldwide under the theme of investments for people, for planet, and for prosperity. There should be no doubt that this topic resonates well among the people of Southern Africa, which obviously includes Angola, Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe, who joined hands as early as 2003, working towards a solution that would ignore colonial borders and instead aimed at preserving a little paradise in an area that is blessed with unique fauna and flora. And let us not forget a very special people. Blessed with water from the Kavango and Zambezi rivers, the Kavango-Zambezi Transfrontier Conservation Area was born, and the KAZA TFCA, or simply KAZA, was inaugurated on 15th March 2012. NMH has for a long time aimed for, or called for, Namibians to think outside the borders created by man. And under the topic of Beyond Borders, we have started to promote the idea of looking at tourism as a whole in Southern Africa, where we can visit our African neighbors as much as we would want them to visit us. That is the reason why we're such big supporters of the concept of introducing KAZA Univisa. And in fact, we would, over time, love to see the introduction of a common visa for the whole of the Southern African Development Community, SADC. It is the theme of Beyond Borders that led us to promote the KAZA, as the KAZA is really the epitome of what African unity stands for, where 5 African neighbors joined forces in order to maximize the service offered to the benefit of visitors to and the people of this region, proving how much more could be achieved if we were to emulate KAZA and extend our efforts far beyond just that of a transfrontier conservation area in just a part of Africa. Against that background, we invited Dr. Nyambe, the Executive Director of the KAZA-Park Secretariat, to join us on a trip to the Quadri Point, just beyond Impalila Island, a few hundred meters west of the Kazangula Bridge that crosses from Botswana into Zambia. Now, if you looked at the video clip earlier, you would have seen that we had 4 Mukoros joining us at the Quadri Point, each proudly showing off the flags of the nations that join here: Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. And we drove to the Tri-Point near Angola, where Angola meets up with Namibia and Zambia, thus joining the KAZA family. We were spoiled by nature and the people of this region to agree that you would not think possible. Not least because Dr. Nyambe proved to be of common mind and soul, but also because of Simone Micheletti of Wild Waters Group and his many helpers from the Impalila Conservancy, Ichingo Lodge, Serondela Lodge, Ernst Siope, and Patrick, and not least our Mokoro Polas, Moscow and Wiya. And by the way, I'm not swearing now. The next one is called Multiple Doom. And then we had Evans Maswawu and BJ and Jamba. They all were a marvelous team that took us around those areas. So if you want to see more, you can follow a 30-minute show tonight on our NTV channel, which is obviously DSTV 285 or GoTV 25. It will also be posted on our Tourismus Facebook site as from tomorrow morning. And we're adding more footage from the KAZA countries this coming Sunday, when we will air a complete hour-long show on the NTV channel. So allow me to welcome you here today and ask you to join us in promoting KAZA, which will culminate in the Tourism Expo 2024, which is due to be held on the days of 24 to 26 April 2024. Welcome once again, and thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I'm really happy that I could promote you this morning. I think I can go back to the office. Maggie, can you do the same for me, please? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for that, Stefan. I think those remarks have, I hope, given us a bit of insight into this really important project. I love what you say when you say that this is a good demonstration of African unity, of different countries coming together with a common purpose, but that's also beneficial to all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm one who really speaks a lot, and I'm really managing my conversation this morning. So I'm going to stick to the program as it is and call to the podium next my acting CEO, the boss of bosses, where I come from, Mr. Paul Shutuna, to just come and share his remarks on what Stefan was making mention to earlier, where NDTC has made a sponsorship of a diamond that somebody will walk away with today, just to come and share with you the back end of that. Can we put our hands together for my boss, please?
Morning, everyone. First, let me thank the Director of Ceremonies for the opportunity to say a few words. I don't have a long speech. In my culture, actually, children do not speak a lot before their elders speak. So and also, I'm actually standing in the big shoes of my CEO, who's taking a well-deserved break, and he's not on suspension. If I may I please request that I stand on the well-established protocols, maybe just reserving a special acknowledgement of the presence of the Honorable Minister, Honorable Pohamba Shifeta, Minister of the Environment, Tourism and Forestry, and the Managing Editor of NMH, Mr. Frank Stephen. Really, I don't have a lot to say. I just want to talk about, maybe as a start, does any of us actually understand how much $1 billion is in today's values? $1 billion. So why I'm asking the question is that NDTC actually values the NAMDE production, which is valued at about $1 billion every year. That is our responsibility. We value, sort, and then sell those diamonds. That's what NDTC does. And that is why we align ourselves with those who are involved in initiatives that put Namibia on the map, because Namibian diamonds are known to be the best diamonds out there, averaging around about $600 a carat. If you compare that to a big producer like Botswana, their average cost per carat is about 200. Unfortunately, we don't have the volume they have, we only have the value. But if I look at from the BS perspective, the NDTC, the company that I work for, is a 50-50 joint venture between the Namibian government and the BS. And when I look at it from that perspective, we play quite a role in the Namibian society. So if I can just revert back to my prepared notes. I was listening to the Honorable Minister of Mine and Energy when he announced the new diamond board, I think sometime in July, and he said about 55% of the taxes collected from the mining industry is actually contributed by the diamond sector. That is another indication of the importance of the diamond sector to the Namibian society. But why the relationship between diamonds and the tourism sector? In my past roles, I used to run the sales and marketing arm of NDTC, and as part of my responsibilities, I was responsible for making sure that the emerging cutting and polishing industry was actually supplied with rough diamonds. And when you meet tourists that come into Namibia, they're always asking, no, we want a Namibian diamond, we want a Namibian diamond. So for us, obviously, even though most of the diamonds that we produce do not end up in Namibian hands, obviously we don't have the disposable income that our Europeans and American counterparts have. It is still important for people to have access to diamonds in Namibia. When I speak to the Jewelry Council in Namibia, they say, yes, there is a steady stream of income that comes from tourism or tourists that come to Namibia looking for Namibian diamonds. And that is why we are aligning ourselves to such initiatives. Such as, is it KAZA? Did I get it right? Sorry? Is it KAZA? KAZA? KAZA. Yeah, KAZA. So, yeah, when you look at the two industries, I'm informed that the tourism industry is the fastest growing industry in the whole of Namibia. I understand it employs about 100,000 people, and it contributes around about 7 billion Namibian dollars to our fiscal. Quite an important industry, and most importantly, is the fact that it's growing. In contrast, the Namibian industry, our diamond industry, is 115 years today. It is since Zacharias Lewala, when he picked up that shiny stone near Kolmanscope in 1908. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was on the 14th of April. It's a long time ago. We are really a mature industry. So we are aligning ourselves with these emerging kids who can actually take us along on this journey of growth and taking available opportunity. And that is why we found it wise to actually sponsor the competition that NMH is running. We are grateful for the opportunity to do so, and we are hoping in the future we'll be afforded other opportunities. And really, that's our role in this whole matter. Is what NDTC, the role that NDTC play. I thought when I was coming to the podium, we are going to play a video of NDTC. But yeah, because that will probably put in perspective what we do, then I can do, because as I said, as a child, we don't speak a lot before our elders. And on that note, I would like to close my remarks. Thank you very much.
Okay, this is a pickle for me, Honorable Chifeta, because Paula says a child doesn't speak much before the elders, and I'm now speaking much before him, so I'm just in a situation here. But be that as it may, I think let's do exactly what Paulus was saying now. Perhaps let's give ourselves a moment to just watch a video of NDTC, just to get a better understanding of what NDTC does.
In the heart of Africa lies a land of timeless beauty. Welcome to Namibia, where nature's wonders unfold. A land of breathtaking deserts, untamed wilderness, and ancient traditions. Beneath its surface, Namibian diamonds, crafted by nature, coveted by the world. A testament of time. An extraordinary giveaway. Namibia Diamond Trading Company is giving you the chance to win a polished diamond valued at 100,000 Namibian dollars. To enter, simply scan the QR code, send a WhatsApp
to the podium.
Let us get seated, those who can. Director of Ceremonies, I'm a child. I also have to speak less compared to my senior elders sitting on front here. I'm the child among them, so I have to speak less. Mr. Stuna, acting CEO of the NDTC, honorable councillors from this municipality of Windhoek. I said city of Windhoek. We don't have a city in Namibia, legally. We have only municipalities. We have two municipalities, three, Windhoek, Walvis Bay and Swakop, legally. So maybe it's just a trading name, city of Windhoek. They like that. They argue with me, and I said the losses are not yet there. So we will still have to make sure that we attain that level of being called a city. Of course, it's a capital city, but that's a trading name. We still have municipalities. The CEO, if he's in our midst of the Windhoek municipality, Mr. Frank Stephen, you are managing editor, not managing director. It's so. Of the Namibia Media Holdings, the Chief Operation Officer, and also the executive members of the Namibia Media Holding, directors of NTB board, if they are here. I don't see any of them. I don't know where they are, whether they are here. Are they here? Or they are somewhere far. They are somewhere far there. Our senior officials from the ministry and the other OMAs present here, the FANETA executive members present here, captains of industry, distinguished and invited guests as per your titles and respective qualities, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm grateful to be here this morning at this very important event. Today, Namibia joins the rest of the world in celebrating tourism. And we say Happy World Tourism Day to all of us. The United Nations World Tourism Organization has identified investment as one of the key priorities for the recovery of the tourism sector and the future growth and development of the sector. For World Tourism Day 2023, the United Nations World Tourism Organization highlights the need for more and better targeted investments for people, for the planet, and for prosperity. Now is the time for new and innovative solutions, not just traditional investments that promote and underpin economic growth and the productivity, but also focuses on prosperity for the people and the planet. The World Tourism Day 2023 is a call to action to the international community, governments, multilateral financial institutions, development partners, and the private sector investors to unite around a new tourism investment strategy and new ways of providing memorable and life-changing experience for travelers to our destinations. Director of Proceedings, the theme, beyond borders, set out by the UNWTO, speaks volume to especially for the marketing of Namibia beyond borders. I suppose the organizers of the expo have that broader thinking, as well as also embark on the marketing Namibia as a destination of choice around the world. To us, this means we need to market Namibia by enhancing and aligning our marketing strategies for broader parameters, such as the establishment of our Kabango Zambezi Transfrontier Conservation Areas, which covers a huge area of land that stretches from the Kaudum National Park in Namibia in the west to the Lake Kariba in Zimbabwe to the east. There's also the AI's Lichterfeld Transfrontier Park, as well as our Iona Skeleton Coast Park at our coastal area, stretching into Angola. All these, when they grow, it will mean that our tourism offering will grow. The KAZA-Tourism, the Transfrontier Conservation Area, which is the focus for 2024 Expo, will also promote cross-border tourism, linking some of the world's premier tourism destinations, including the Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe and the Okavango Delta in Botswana and partly in Namibia. The Zambezi area of Namibia plays a pivotal role in the Transfrontier Conservation Area because it's providing migration routes for wildlife from Botswana into Angola and Zambezi, or Zambia, rather. Namibia offers countless opportunities for innovation in tourism, and this includes Namibia's natural resources that has rich history to be told to our visitors. I therefore wish to commend the relationship that is developing between tourism and the mining sector. Diamonds have been a fundamental part of Namibia's economy for more than 100 years, and they were discovered by a railway road worker named Zakaria Dewela near Lodret in 1908. A discovery that promoted a diamond rush and set Namibia on a path of becoming a leading diamond nation. That rich history still stands as and the tourism industry, especially tour operating businesses, are encouraged to work together with the Namibian polishing and the diamond companies to include this in their tours in addition to their packages, especially that part of Kolomanskop and the many other parts in Namibia. I'm happy that the relationship between the diamond industry and the tourism is kicking off big time, and this is signifying by the announcement of the lucky winner of the Namibian diamond worth 100,000. I thought it was 10,000. 100,000 diamond. I want to see that. There's also 1 million diamond worth of diamond. So how do you keep this one? You keep it with the bank, or if the winner, you must have a security. People will hunt for this diamond. You must make sure that when you win this, tell them, announce publicly that I will sell it immediately, even if you possess it, because they will hunt you. They will hunt you out looking for this diamond of 100 dollars, $100,000, Namibian dollars. It's a lot. I want to see this, how it looks like. We only know this 50,000, 70,000, and sometimes the value is just also unnecessarily put higher. But you see, diamond itself, I always think about diamond. It's not like copper. It's a fictitious value. Of course, we have to decorate our women, our wives and sisters. They must look good and beautiful. But the value is only decoration. It's not like uranium. It's like somebody looking for a rhino horn. It's fictitious. There's no value there. So I always say you must just announce in public that people should come to you and they cut their nails. And you cut their nails and then it's the same. In material is the same, rhino horn. So the diamond one, I don't know, it's a stone. You polish it. The only thing, of course, except the industrial ones. The only thing that is to make our women shine. So, but that, we draw value from there, monetary value from that. That's what we talking about. From the mining sector, 50% tax comes from there. So we made it that significant. Thank you very much for that entity, for that offer. The future is now promising for Namibia tourism. All we need is to create more synergies, be innovative and network widely. The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism recently presented a tourist statistic report that have shown positive tourist arrivals numbers. We need to hold hands as stakeholders to continue with the current success and make things happen. We need to support and jointly give our input to events such as the Tourism Expo and others, which are aimed at creating platforms for us in the sector to position Namibia as a destination of choice. Director of Proceedings, allow me, in conclusion, to once again congratulate our Namibia Media Holdings for creating a sectoral platform such as this one in the form of the Namibian Tourism Expo, where entities, especially those in the tourism sector, and also those who are intending to come in the tourism sector, to showcase their products and services and also their goods, and also to network, exchange ideas and innovations and learn new trends post-COVID-19. I'm therefore privileged to officially announce and launch the Tourism Expo calendar events for 2024. For now, I shall remain here as I patiently wait for the draw, and I will then invite the acting CEO of the NTDC, Mr. Katestuna, to join me here, and also the Chief Operating Officer of Namibia Media Holdings to join me here, and also do the draw. I can't do it alone, otherwise it will be seen as, I see, he knows that one. That's why he came among the three. So in announcing the lucky winner, out of the 5,704, there was so much interest. The entries were 5,704. So that's what the entries received. We have now the 3 finalists, and they are here among us. I see one looking at me. I see, what are you going to do with the diamond? You're already thinking now. Am I going to hand to my wife or sell it? What are you going to do with it? You haven't yet decided. So the decision comes after you won it. Only. Now I will ask you, what are you going to do with it? So unfortunately, I'm not one of those 5,704 entries. So disqualified. But I'm happy this morning to announce the winner among you three. I see your heart are beating now. Hearts are beating. If your heart is beating so fast, don't let your heart beat fast. It's bad luck.
Morning, everyone. I'm just welcoming our three finalists just to stand here with us. Maybe just some background on the whole campaign that we had in cooperation with NDTC. So we ran a competition through our chatbot program with Synergy, where, like the Minister mentioned, we had 5,704 entries. So all these numbers were captured on a chatbot random program and Google Sheets, where we ran this random program, and we identified 3 people from that whole list of 5,704. So luckily this morning we have our 3 entrants here, and the Minister has the privilege to tell us who is the winner of this diamond of 100,000 Rand. Thanks. Namibian dollars, sorry.
Where's the box? How do we, where's the, huh? Oh, he's here. The draw is, okay. Don't let your heart, it's bad luck. Relax, just relax. They are not women because we give to them. Congratulations, my brother. I see. Now, Madame is also watching, I think. Maybe she's here. That diamond, she will not let it go anywhere. She will have it. Congratulations once again. To be the finalist.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Honorable Shiveta. I'll sell it. Because somebody will follow me. I think we must actually put it somewhere, leave it here.
The buyers are already there.
Yeah.
Follow Shanika.
Yeah, I actually didn't expect it. I was just here, like I hardly win, so yeah, let me wait and see. And yeah, I guess.
So, congratulations, Shanika. Can we just give him a round of applause again? Thank you so much to everybody who participated in this competition. Over 5,000 entries. We really appreciate your participation, and please don't let this discourage you. Shanika just said he never thought he wins, but everybody wins sometime, and today is his turn. We have elected not to bring the diamond on site for various safety reasons. But those discussions will take place between Shanika and the NMH team, and NDTC is happy to facilitate. We would also like to extend an invitation to the candidates, both 3 candidates that stood a chance to win, just to take you through the diamond value chain, take you through the NDTC operations so that you can have an appreciation of Namibian diamonds and you can actually get to know a little bit more about the Namibian diamond story. I see my colleague from Namdeb Holdings here, and we would definitely want to make sure that you walk away from this experience with a deeper understanding of what Namibian diamonds are about, but also what they do for our country, the good that diamonds actually do. And there's a lot of good that diamonds actually do. Thank you so much, Honorable Shifeta, for that draw. And I think we've streamed this engagement, so there should be no discussion on whether you know or you don't know the individual. It was a fair process, and it was a process that we also ensured that the process is audited to make sure that nobody feels that there was anything done incorrectly. So thank you very much to all the participants, and thank you very much to our speakers, who were up on stage earlier. I think I'm not the right person to probably say all the thank yous. I want to call the lady to the podium who actually ignited the conversation with NDTC and who I have very, very great respect for and admiration for. I want to call Maggie to the stage, to the podium. Maggie Mbako, who is the NMH representative in the corporate affairs space, just to come and share with us the journey, but also to thank all the relevant people. Over to you, Maggie.
Thank you, Helena. I'm super excited on behalf of one of the very happy lady out there. Very happy lady and very lucky one indeed. Because when I look at Simeon's hands, they are very clean. They are very clean. And I'm not seeing any mark that says maybe it's either taken off or it's sometimes, but they are very clean. So there is a lucky lady there. Congratulations to the two of you already. Directors of ceremonies, allow me to stand here on the protocol that has been observed by yourself and, of course, by the previous speakers before me and go directly into the vote of thanks. I would like to convey our gratitude to everyone who is here this morning to join us in really making this event a success as it is. Thank you to every one of you once again. However, allow me to single out some of the individuals or institutions really for being part of the journey over the past 24 years of the Tourism Expo. I would like to thank the government of the Republic of Namibia through the Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism for enabling a conducive environment for the tourism sector, of which NMH is part of to operate in. And to our chief guest, comrade, my brother, Honorable Shifeta, as always, you deserve a special recognition for accepting our invitation and being there every day for us. You have always been generous with your time when we knock by your door, and we value and appreciate that. A big thank you to NDTC management, represented this morning by Mr. Shituna. Thank you for recognizing that we need to join hands in promoting Namibia. The competition of which the winner was announced this morning is a clear significance that Namibians, as well as our visitors, have access to Namibian diamonds. So we do have access to Namibian diamonds, and I'm saying we can save up and shop our diamonds and look good, but not for us to shop. We encourage Namibian gentlemen to please go there deep in their pocket and make us shine. Namibian gentlemen, all of them, whether you are single or not, we encourage you to please dig deep and just make us shine. To the custodian and the regulator of the tourism industry, the NTB, I see the colleagues are here, one of the directors is also here. Thank you very much for attendance and your continuous partnership with the Expo. This relationship for 24 years, which started by those before us, and we need to make it stronger by knowing what the other hand is doing. I emphasize, we can only emphasize and make our relationship stronger by knowing what the other hand is doing. FENATA and all other tourism representatives here today, Without your support, NMH will not be able to stage a Tourism Expo. Please allow me to express our appreciation to Gita, who constantly update us with the events as they unfold in the sector, the developments, and who also keep us on our toes to update the industry on where we are with the expo. She will always call you, Maggie, Expo, how far are you? When are you starting? We appreciate that. The City of Windhoek leadership, I'm seeing Grace, a message to the councillors and to your management that we thank you for making Windhoek again a welcoming city, although the Honorable Minister said not a city, to our exhibitors and to the visitor of the Tourism Expo. Our colleagues from the media, we are about complimenting one another, and we thank you for the presence this morning. Let us continue empowering our nation with the knowledge. Last but not least, allow me to thank Michelle, the event manager for NMH, with your team, Helena, with your team, your colleagues at Spice Media, really for making this happen, as well as to Tony, he's not here, for this beautiful venue for us this morning. Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen, we acknowledge that times are tough and the economy is struggling, especially after the pandemic. My CEO and I have spent the first and second quarter of this year really just knocking on the various institutions' doors. Well, tourism is everybody's business, and we are pleading for institutions to come on board and partner with Namibia Media Holdings to take this event to a greater height. It has been in existence for 24 years. I'm sure we can still make it for next 24 years or 25, and then we can celebrate 100 years for those that are going to be celebrating that. Because although committed, NMH alone will not be able to handle this. It is becoming unsustainable for us. Tourism must be engaged on a local basis if we are to compete on a global market. To this end, countries in Southern Africa must work together, and that's why KAZA is there for. That's why the countries have agreed to come up with this memorandum so that we can market this destination as one. Tourism is not only everyone's business, it's a tourism with no borders. So let us take tourism beyond borders. My CEO, Albi Bota, who could not be here this morning due to equally important engagement outside this country, sends his warm greetings to all of you. To our followers on social media, thank you for following us. And allow me to end here by wishing all of you the rest of the Tourism World Day and a blessed day ahead. With that note, you are all invited for few refreshments outside as you walk out. I know the day is very busy. It's a tourism day today. We are launching the Tourism Expo. It's a World Tourism Day being celebrated in Nkuru. NAST has another workshop on sustainable tourism. So today we are celebrating tourism. And thank you very much for making time once again, and have a blessed day. I am informed to invite Mr. Shituna, Honorable Minister, Mr. Creole, the winner. You must be in the photos. People must see. Everybody must see. To the photo booth there for just some photographs. I thank you so much and have a nice day.